everyone, and welcome to Carla's Stitching Journey. If you are new, welcome to my channel regarding cross stitch and my journey with it. And if you are a returning subscriber friend, I want to say hi. I missed everybody, and I don't know who I am right now that I've done 3 videos in 3 weeks, but I had to share, and I have a bunch to show, so I thought, why not? So last week on my video, I was asked about one of the things that was sitting behind me on a shelf. It can be seen in my shot, and that would be this pillow. I finished this, I believe I fully finished this last year. It's Happy Haunting. It's a Lizzie Kate design. It was past the stash from a friend who sent it to me, and I stitched it, and then I passed that pattern on to another friend. So I don't have the pattern anymore. But I did finish it into a pillow, and that's the back. The fringes, believe it or not, if you go to Michael's, they've had these lengths of lengths of like different ribbons, and usually it's seasonal ribbons. And this was one of those ribbons, and it had the little fluffies, and then the part that I sewed into the seam, which, you know, there you go. The part that I sewed into the seam is actually the webbing part. So I sewed it so that only the fringes would show when I sewed it with my sewing machine. So you can kind of see that. Let me see if I can get it close. See the little orange there? That's part of that fringe, like the webbing part of where that fringe came out of. So you can see some of that along my seams, but you know what? I don't really care. But I thought, you know, it's a cute pillow, and since someone asked me about that, I wanted to make sure to share with you. Set it back up here. The other little pillow I had back there, I can't remember. I want to say it's Pickle Barrel, but I'm not 100% sure. And it's Boo, and that's a pillow that I had finished. So, and there's the back. Just some scrap fabric that I had from my quilting days. And I think that's a Pickle Barrel, but I'm not 100% sure. If you really want to know, I can look. I think I finished this back in 2020 or 2021, and I do have spreadsheets in my Google Docs so that I keep track. I can go back and look, and I track like when I finish things. Some things I'm better about keeping track of than others, I will be honest. So, hi, how's everybody been? I know I just jumped right into the stitching, which is unusual for me. So I want to take a quick minute here to say husband has made it back from Alabama. Daughter is doing well in flight school down there. She is part of regular Army now. She is a chief warrant officer, and she is in training to be a helicopter pilot. So she is doing well. That would be my middle daughter, Rachel. She has been on some of my videos in the past. So, and I think she's planning a trip home for the holidays at Christmas time. So that'll be great. And maybe I can get her on video again. And hubby drove the trip and drove the trip back, which was quite a long drive for him, but he made it, and he's home, and all is well. The cats are all happy to see him. And really, there's not anything major excitement going on other than I have a new Flosstuber challenge. I'm going to call it the Flosstuber challenge. I talked about it on last week's video, had some questions about it, saw a lot of momentum with it, so I wanted to share it right at the beginning of this video. So in case you had questions or in case you wanted to join in, I have had a blast this week. Okay, so the original idea came from Alchemist Stitcher. If you don't watch her, please check her out. She did a video where she is doing, she took 12 of her WIPs and assigned them to different Flosstubers. And whenever they post a video, she does 200 stitches on that WIP. I took it a little bit further. So for me, I didn't use as many Flosstubers. I used 7 Flosstubers. 7. And that's the hardest part, was picking out 7 that I watch on a fairly routine basis and having a mix between monthly videos and weekly videos. So I took it a step further because I added some challenges. Kind of think of it like Jessie Marie does stuff, her Baker's challenge that she has going on. And I'm going to lean back here a little bit so I can see my board. So here's how my breakdown is. And I'm going to insert in here the list of my breakdown if I can figure out how to make this do it. So here's my coffee. Okay, here's the breakdown. If one of my 7 Flosstubers, I have 7 projects, which I went through in the last video, assigned, they get 200 stitches if they post a video. I also give them 200 stitches for each finish that they share on their video. I give them 500 stitches if they show a new start. If they share plans or change their plans, this is the one I'm kind of iffy on. I did 100 stitches, and the only reason I have it in there is because Jen the Caffeinated Crafter is known for changing plans, we'll say frequently, definitely frequently. And so I thought I needed something regarding plans. It is pretty routine for Flosstubers to share their plans. It's not so routine for Flosstubers to change them as often as Jen does. But that's okay. That's why I love watching her, because you never know what she's going to do. 400 stitches if they show their pet or include a pet picture, or, you know, something I hadn't seen before, you know, because many of the Flosstubers I watch have a cat or a dog and they show their pet. And then I threw in 100 stitches if they identify a unfinished object, which is a UFO. That's probably going to come more into play when the WIP parades start. And I'm working on a challenge now regarding WIP parade specific, because it's almost about to be WIP parade season. So I'm working on that now and ironing out some of the details on it. So maybe in the next video or two, I'll be able to share the final details on that if anyone's interested. This is certainly, if you want to join the Flosstuber challenge, the whole point of it for me is my Flosstubers are people that I know either personally or that I watch routinely, and it's encouraging for me. Not only am I supporting their channel because I'm watching their channel, but they're also supporting me unbeknownst to them, because I'm making progress on WIPs that I have assigned to them, which I've assigned to them for various reasons. Now, once the WIP is finished, I haven't decided if I will replace it and keep the same Flosstuber, or if I will change Flosstubers in projects with something else, so that I can incorporate new Flosstubers into my channel and be able to visit with other Flosstubers that I routinely visit with as well, like Carolyn Zook, See Zook Stitch. I watch her videos. I find them quite enjoyable, but I just didn't, I was worried I would have too many Flosstubers on this first round. So that being said, hopefully I've listed all that here. This can be your challenge. If you want to just do 200 stitches or 100 stitches every time a Flosstuber posts, feel free. For me, the challenge was pulling out some additional WIPs to share with you and to be able to make progress on WIPs that haven't seen much attention this year, or that were close to a finish that I thought I could finish if I could just get a couple of good challenges on them. So it's not the only stitching I'm doing, and you will see that, but it is part of the stitching I'm doing. I didn't do temperature stitches. I know a lot of you do temperature stitches, where you assign projects to different temperatures, different degrees. I don't do that because I don't know. I just never kind of got into that whole watching that. This is kind of similar, but it's with the Flosstubers that I watch. And forgive the hair. I just got out of the shower, so it's still wet. And partially wet, and I just was so excited to get on here and do a video, and knew if I didn't do it today, which by the way, today is October, it's Sunday, October 12th, 2025. Thank you for joining me on my cardless stitching journey. Let's jump in. Oh, one more thing I wanted to tell you is I had such a busy summer that I haven't been able to share everything on my videos of things that I've gotten, gifts that I've been given. So I'm kind of spacing that in between and to let you know. And I wanted to give a special thank you. I had a person at the Grace Notes retreat that gave me a $25 gift card for Primrose Cottage Stitches. And you know who you are. I'm not going to say your name because I never asked if I could, but I wanted to show real quickly what I got with your gift card. Now, of course, I added some to it because I really like Primrose Cottage, but I did use your gift card, and I wanted to say thank you, thank you, thank you again. And I wanted to share real quick what I got with the gift card. So Primrose Cottage Stitches, Christmas Wishes. I purchased this with the gift card. I just thought it was really cute, and I have some finishes, so I would like to do this and maybe have it for my daughter for her Christmas, possibly. I was in the Christmas mood, you'll tell. Deck the halls, and hopefully I'm holding it up there long enough. I got which one? Star Spangled Street. This one, I just liked the patriotic, you know, and I want to stitch that for me. That one's for me. And a lot of her charts, this has some Classic Color Works, some Week Dye Works, Gentle Arts, and some DMC. But I'll be honest, when I'm stitching projects like this, if the little red stripe on the flag is a specialty, I'm probably going to use DMC. But same token, if that big block of red here is DMC, I'm probably going to find a variegated to go in its place. So I don't know that I will have the exact same colors as this houses are, but I will do something similar. Anyway, and I got Christmas Rules by Primrose Cottage. And like I said, my purchase did go over the $25 gift card, so I just paid the difference, which was fine because I love Primrose Cottage, as you can tell. And I got a pumpkin patch. Great fall colors, fall stitching. This one's mostly DMC. It has Swamp Water, which I'm assuming is the truck. Forest Glade, which is probably the grass from Gentle Arts. Classic Color Works Honeycomb, that's probably some of those pumpkins, or this hay bale probably, and then Green Pastures. But they do have a DMC conversion. But, so there is that I got from Primrose Cottages. And something else that was in the package, I don't think I got this from Primrose, but since it's sitting here, I'm going to go ahead and show you. God Bless the USA by Teresa Kogut. I think I ordered these. I think I ordered these from GaRon, to be honest, but I'm not 100% sure. But they were with the same package. I could have gotten them from them. And then I got a camping tier by, who's this? Erin Elizabeth Designs camping tier. You know me, I like camping. We just closed our camp up yesterday for the season, so we won't be camping again until the 15th of April of 2026. How sad is that? So I did want to take time. I wanted to share those with you because it was gifted to me by someone at Grace Notes that I can't say their name because I didn't ask. Okay. Okay. So next thing. Whew. Oh, I got to share one more thing. I'm sorry. I have to share this. This is from my nephew, Waylon. And it was another gift that I got at Grace Notes Fabrics. You know I am part of a dinosaur group on Facebook. It's a challenge group. I'm in the Bronchosaurus Babes. My nephew, he is 5. But he made me, well, that's not going to work, is it? He made me a Bronchosaurus sun catcher. Old dinosaur sun catcher. So that is from my nephew Waylon. So thank you, Waylon. I don't know if you watched my videos, but thank you very much. Just in case. I don't want him to think I didn't appreciate his lovely gift, and I'm going to hang that in my sunny window over here. Okay. All right. Are you ready to see FFOs? Yes, I have. I know. Who am I? I have FFOs. I have 3 FFOs. Okay, and these are all frames that I purchased at a secondhand store. that I spent like $1, maybe $2 on the frame. That's it. That's it. And then they were 50% off, so I could have gotten them for less than that. All right, so let's show you, shall we? First up, this one is Misty Purcell. This is one of hers, I believe. I did change the colors and put yellow in. I remembered that because the white just doesn't show up well on this fabric that I chose. And it was a scrap piece of fabric that I had. I am not 100% sure where I got it, but that is now FFO'd into a frame, and it just fit the right size. I probably wouldn't have stretched this had I been thinking about it, because I think originally I was going to turn that into a pillow, and it would make a very nice pillow. But since I put it on the foam board, it's now framed. Nothing wrong with that, right? So there's that finish. Then I have this mermaid finish. Now this is a stand-up frame. You can see. Stand-up frame. And this is for my daughter. I do have a whale that's a companion piece to this, so I need to find a similar frame if I can for the whale, and I will be gifting these to her. I've had them stitched for a while and didn't know what I was going to do with them, and so this is where she ended up. She is all about ocean life and ocean. So I stitched that for her, and then, and I don't remember who had a hair. I don't remember who the designer is on the mermaid and the whale, but I could find it if I needed to. I do know that the floss I used was a Farmhouse Flossy floss because it's very variegated, and I had a big hank of it. This one is by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and it is my Moons Out, Brooms Out. I do remember this one because it is a recent finish for me. Again, this is on a, I could hang it if I wanted to, or I could, you know, stand it up. This is a great frame. It's very wide, so it fit in there perfectly. And it's Moons Out, Brooms Out by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I stitched this on 25 count Grace Notes fabric accidental, and I stitched it 1/1 on 25 count using called for colors. So there she is in all her glory. I love it, love it, love it, love it. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I really struggle with my Halloween pieces, because where do I put it? Even if I hung it up here, right, which maybe I will, I think, well, come next month, I'm going to have to switch it out for my autumn. And then I got command strips all over the place. So what do you guys do with your like Halloween pieces? Give me some ideas below. I'm just not sure. I'm not set up obviously behind me. I like this area for doing my videos because I have the light, natural light coming from the window, and it's a kind of a cloudy day today, and I have my other light over here, so I think it gives good lighting, but there's not behind me. Where can I put anything? Because there really isn't anything that I have space to put anywhere, because I have an L-shaped desk right here in front of me. So anyway, give me your ideas. I would love to hear your ideas, what I can do. So those are my 3 FFOs. FFOs. Let's set that over here off to the side. Okay. Let's talk WIPS. Whip, whip, whip. So as I said on my video, which I'm going to move this over here so I can see. As I said on my video, I was doing the Flosstuber challenge. And so I have been very busy. So, let's see, what are we going to pull up first? I've got everything kind of all around here. Let's see. How about Rise of the Witches? Okay, so Rise of the Witches I was working on the last time. This is assigned to Alchemist Stitcher. I was already stitching on it. I more than surpassed for her video. But I did, this is where I was, And then I did 2,110 stitches on it, not because of videos, but because I was kind of on a roll and I didn't want to put it away. So here is where I am now. You can see I am, let me show you. Hold on. I actually printed these all out. Okay, so this is what it will look like when it's finished. This is artwork by Lisa Parker. It is a Heaven and Earth Designs. This is a story keep, Rise of the Witches. There is a story keep means it is a closer cut of the same design. So this design does come bigger, but I got the story keep version, which condenses it down to this size for a Heaven and Earth design. So I have started the ear. I was working my way across. I wanted to fill this part in, and then I was going to roll down and start again to work my way across. So this is where I am. And this one is assigned to Alchemist Stitcher because, you know, Rise of the Witches. Not saying that she is a witch at all by any means. She's super nice. She'd be Glenda, the witch on Wizard of Oz, you know, the nice witch. That would be her. She's super nice. Anyways, like her videos. And I'm not even sure how often she puts videos up, so I may be seeing more of those. Okay, let's see. I got Once Upon a Fairy Tale coming up next. This is a design by Jenna Della Grottaglio Maldonado, if I said that right. Not sure if I even said that right. It is a Heaven and Earth design, Once Upon a Fairy Tale. It is 625 by 729. If you remember, this one's got 87 colors in it. This was a restart. I believe it was a restart. Yes. And I did, this one is assigned to Lydia's Leisurely Stitching. And her and I are stitching this together. And she is way further along than I am. I will insert a picture of where I was when I started, and then we will see where I am currently. So this is where I am currently. This is 1,110 stitches. Again, I needed, let me look at my board. I needed 300 stitches based off of, she posted a video and she shared her plan. So that gave me 300 stitches I needed. I was cruising along. It was a good stitch day. I kept going with it. This one is on 28 count easy grid, and what I did was basically kept working this along here, and I did some more of the black so that I now have my first page finish on here. The page finish was this section. Now that's done, and that took me up, I think I'm at 17 page finishes now out of my 25 I wanted for the year. So that's how far I am on Once Upon a Fairy Tale. So, Lydia, you need to put out more videos so that this one gets more attention. Otherwise, it will be put away for a while. So, I'm going to put that back there. Next up, let's see. I'm trying to do the ones that were from the videos, the Flosstuber Challenge. This one is Huckleberry Farm. This is what it will look like when it's finished. It is a blue flower design, and I have the top section done. I'll post a picture here of what it was whenever I started this time. And Huckleberry Farm was assigned to Hannah Dowling. And the reason why I keep leaning back this way is because I can't see I have my dry erase boards on my closet on that side of the room, and my light is right in the way, so I can't see it. But based on my game rules for the Flosstuber Challenge, I needed 700 stitches. First of all, she showed her dog. That was 400 stitches. She posted a video. That was 200 stitches. So that took me up to 600. And then she shared plans. So that made me 700 stitches on this WIP. I did 705 stitches. So this is on Grace Notes Fabrics Barbara. It's a 25 count Lugana. I'm stitching it 1/1, and this is where I am currently. So my 705 stitches, I finished the alphabet. I finished this border that's around the alphabet, and I started the basket up here. So that's how far I got. So everything above here is complete. So now I'm working on this down. The next time I bring it out, there's a bear up here and a basket. I'll get those done. So Hannah, when are you going to do your next video? I did swap out some of the colors on the alphabet with other colors used in the pattern because the white, like these flowers, it's very hard to see on camera. But that was not standing out on the alphabet, like I was losing the letters, so I changed things up. This is my part thread there because I got to 705 and said, yep, that's enough. So there it is, and that's Huckleberry Farm by the Blue Flower. This has been fun. I'm hoping that this will be a finish this year, so Hannah needs to get on it. I could not believe when Hannah doesn't routinely show her animals. She talks about them, but she doesn't routinely show them. She has a horse, and she has a donkey, and she has a dog, a little I think it's a terrier, pit terrier. Super nice dog. She gets to take it with her to work, and they've been going on a lot of hikes, and you know, she doesn't always show them, but sure enough, the same day I posted my video the last time, 3 of my Flosstubers put videos up. And I was like, what in the world? And then Hannah was like, bam, bam, bam. And I was like, great. We're just going to town. All right. The next Flosstuber was Jen the Caffeinated Crafter. And for Jen the Caffeinated Crafter, I was working on my pink flamingo because she is from Florida. This is a Stony Creek pattern. This is the design here. This is my working copy, so, but pretty true to color. I'm going to use Krynic, I think, on the lights. I haven't gotten there yet, but that's, as I look at this, that's what I feel like I want to do, so that's probably what I'll do. Let's see, do I have a fabric tag? This is a stone washed Lugana, 32 count, and this is an Under the Sea Fabrics, and oh, I have it off the Q-snap. I needed 300 stitches, I believe. Yeah, 300 stitches from Jen the Caffeinated Crafter. And that's because she posted a video and she talked about her plans. So there's 300 stitches, right? I did 350 stitches. I even managed some back stitching. So, let's see. I pulled this board out so I would have something, and then I'm not even using it. Bear with me 1 second. 1 second, please. 1 second. I got a thread parked. So, I need to get some pieces to pin this on. It is not ironed, but this is where I am. So, I worked more, my 350 stitches, I worked more on the blue and the wave. You can see this is where candy canes are going to go, so I started that. I back stitched both the legs, because this is the heel, I want to say, yeah, this is the heel of the stocking. So this comes down some more. I'm going to hit some sand here and see if I can get them both on camera. There you go. So you can kind of see where I'm at. I do know that Sheila from oh my goodness. It completely left my brain. Sunshine Stitchers, I'm sorry. Sheila from Sunshine Stitchers was stitching on this. And of course I was like, oh, I need to do that. She has since finished hers, and I have been slow moving on mine. So there is that done. So I've met that challenge, 350 stitches. Now Jen is one of my Flosstubers that typically post every week. At some point this weekend, I'm anticipating she's going to have another video up. So when that happens, that one will come back out. It will get more attention. Let's just put that over there. So those, oh, hold on 1 second. I'm going to lose stuff. All right, so those were the projects that I worked on for my Flosstuber challenge. Now, Friday night, we had GaRon Stitchery posted their video. GaRon Stitchery was assigned Reaper of Love. I have not started my stitches on this, but I'm going to show it to you because I have it right here. And I'm going to let you know. Thank you, Ronnie, because of Ronnie and putting the blame where the blame is deserved. I ended up needing 2,000 stitches. I was actually had started debating towards the end of this week, like, should I add some more projects and some more Flosstubers? Because I don't feel like I'm getting a lot of stitching, or do I need to increase my stitch count for the different sections? Like, I've been really kind of tweaking around with it, or do I need to pick something different to add in as one of the things that will get me doing stitches? But this has worked because I've had a stitch night after work, and I was able to get my 300 stitches on Once Upon a Fairy Tale, which is great. And if I go over, that's even better. I'm okay with that. That's my minimum, right? So when I had it out. And then I saw Gary and Ronnie's video from GaRon Stitchery. And as I'm sitting there watching the video, and I'm looking up at my dry erase board, and I'm looking back at the video, and I'm starting to do the math in my head of everything, I'm like, son of a gun, he got me for 2,000 stitches. So let me tell you my breakdown. 2,000 stitches, 200, he posted a video. He had 2 finishes, and I'm doing 200 stitches for each finish. So there's 400. That takes me up to 600 stitches. He had a new start. That's 500 stitches. So now I'm up to, what, 1,100 stitches? Then he showed a picture of his pet, which is another 400 stitches. That took me up to, let's see. What else did, maybe he had two new starts. I'm sorry. He had 2 new starts because I'm like, I'm short somewhere. He had 2 new starts. So his 2 new starts already hit me for 1,000 stitches because I do 500 stitches for each new start. So that's 1,000, 200 for posting a video. He got 200 for each finish. So he had 2 finishes. So that's 2, 4, 600. And then he showed his pet. It was his dog's birthday, and he showed a picture of his beautiful, beautiful, oh my goodness. Now I'm telling you, my brain is not working. His dog at the end of the video. So right there, ding, 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 2,000 stitches on one whip. I'm like, okay, great. This is going to be my stitching for today. I'm going to stitch on this. And try and get it done because I'm anticipating next week he'll have another video come out on a Friday. That's usually when they post. And this one that was assigned to Gary and Ronnie is Reaper of Love by Silver Creek Samplers. This is one that my husband picked out when we were at the shop. And it says, I love you to death. And I had not stitched on it since I showed it the last time, so I have it on a piece of Smoky Quartz 28 count. I'm doing it 2/2, and this is how far I am. This is going to get 2,000 stitches before my next video. It may push this into a finish. So if and when it does take this to a finish, then I'm going to have to decide, do I pull out another project and assign it to GaRon Stitchery, or do I do a different project and pull out a different Flosstuber? Because I haven't decided yet, because I do have Monster March that I think is going to take the place of this one, and I got that one from GaRon too, so I may keep GaRon Stitchery with another whip and see how far I can get on it. So and I know that they're frequent, like they're a weekly stitcher, and that's a Halloween stitch. So maybe I'll switch it up each month instead and do different Flosstubers each month and assign to different whips. I'm just kind of playing with it. It can be anything you want this game to be. This challenge, it can be. If you're on your own, if you do a great job, great. If you falter and you get too many stitches and you don't meet your challenge, guess what? You still have more stitches today than you had yesterday. So it's still great. So that is my plans. How about that? Plans. For all my Flosstuber challengers that use my video, I just showed you my plans. Okay. All right, I'm being facetious. Now, last whip that I worked on this past week is Stargazer. And this is Stargazer. It's a limited edition Heaven and Earth design. It is 700 stitches by 501 stitches. It has 88 colors. I am currently over here to let you know. On this project this week, have done 2,725 stitches. So let's show you the infamous Stargazer. It is on 25 count easy grid. I believe Jeff Haney is the actual artist for this. Yeah, the artist is Jeff Haney, and it was charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So, and it is been rolled. As you can tell, this is a big one. I got a lot of, these are bobbies, if you've not heard of them. It helps me because I park threads, so that helps me to keep my threads kind of contained and work in sections. This is where I am. You can see it is rolled. When I get ready to roll it again, I will do a video that shows the whole thing. I will try and post a picture in here of where I was. I think I was over here. I know I finished this light and I've started the crab, and now I'm starting to get into the tent section over here. So if you see down here, this little bit across, right, there's like 2 blocks across, because this is the bottom of the page right here. So in order to reach my page finish goal of 25 for the year, I think I'm going to come back the next time and just kind of work from here and go across the bottom to get the pages finished. And then I'll probably roll at that point in time. But I did want to show you where I was. And I think I'm in frame there. So I like this stitch. It goes between not so confetti heavy to hitting a confetti heavy, then not so. So it's a good mix. This is charted fantastically. It's a beautiful chart. I think I'm at like 35%, so it's going to be a big one. This is what my husband calls the tenter dude, because if you look at the picture here, he's looking out onto the canyons. You can see his feet. He's holding a glass of tea. There's some rock. There's a guitar, some books, his hiking shoes, some stickers on the tent flap, and you can see all the constellations. So I really, really enjoy stitching on this. This one is a focus for me. It will continue to be a focus. So as my Flosstuber challenge gets done, each week I'll be pulling out either this one or my Innocent Dreams. So those are the 2 I'm really focused on now. And that's because those are my gridiron challenges. And this one is assigned to one of my sports teams. Okay. So that concludes all my whips. Now I want to show you some haul. So if you're not into the haul, I get it. Feel free. I will see you next time I do a video. If you are into the haul and you're interested to see what did my husband bring back to me from GaRon Stitchery when he was down in Ozark, Alabama, I had him go by the shop, pick up an order for me. And while he was there, yes, this man picked out 2 patterns he liked that he thought I would also like and brought home. So I'm going to show you my bag of goodies. So what I sent him for was Lila's Studio, 'Tis Near Halloween. This is, I believe, it is a GaRon exclusive. So I had ordered this with, had them kitted up. So I have the pattern, and I have the floss, which there's all the floss in there. And then a piece of fiber on a whim, 32 count linen. I got a piece of this. And let me see if I can, I haven't even taken it out of the packaging, but I am going to just for you. So that project will go on here. That's pretty. It's a nice Halloweeny color. So, okay. So I ran out of my camera stopped. So I don't always stitch on linen, I was saying, but I certainly can stitch on linen. So that is, and I've already got my project bag for it. This is a Black Cat X Stitchery bag, Teresa Kogut fabric, and my little Tisney Halloween witch with all the floss will go into here with my project fabric. And this is kitted up and ready to go, which I thought maybe this would make a good good start for my next new start. I'm debating. So originally I had thought, oh, maybe I could work on this one while it's still Halloween time. You know, it could take the place of my Reaper of Love. And then my husband brought home other projects for me. So one of them he brought was Lola Crow's Murder in the Pumpkin Patch. So this has been pretty popular. I think they're doing it for their Murder Mondays. And this is the pattern. I got it at GaRon Stitchery. There is a backstitch key. Looks like all DMC. From what I can tell, it looks like it's all DMC. That's the floss list. I have not pulled fabric for it yet. So I am, look at, it's got chickens in the corn and all the crows. That's the murder. Little skeleton dude. I may use some glow-in-the-dark thread for that. I'm kind of thinking, wouldn't that be cool? For the little skeleton. Anyway, and maybe glow in the dark on the moon back here. Anyhow, my friend Marianne won. Lola Crow had a giveaway on their Flosstube group, and she actually won. And she had picked Murder in the Pumpkin Patch, and she was telling me about it, and I'm like, oh, that's one that Nestor got for me when he was down at GaRon Stitchery that he liked, and he thought I could stitch. So we are going to start this together. So I need to pull fabric and floss and get ready. I'm not sure when we're starting this, but I'm sure it will be started soon. The other one that he managed to get for me when he was down there that he thought I would like, I don't know what he thinks about me, but this one is by Ghost Boy Needleworks. I've not heard of them before, but it's very fun. So this is it, called Zip It. If you don't have anything nice to say, zip it. And it's got a zipper going around as the border. And he says that this little dude reminded him of Beetlejuice. And you know how they slap that zipper on his mouth and they unzip it. And I thought that was funny. So this looks like it would be an easy stitch, a quick stitch. Looks like a fun stitch. So zip it, and I'm always saying that. I was always saying that to my kids. If you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say anything at all. You know, zip it. And he is a one that would go, zip it, zip it. Kids would be, we'd be riding, and he'd go, zip it, zip it. So those are the two projects that my husband sent to me. I'm looking because I had also purchased a couple more things from GaRon Stitchery that I can share with you. Some things I can't share because they are a gift. I did get a new project bag that was on their website. I really thought it was cute with the little chef dude, so I thought it was cute. So I got this. It is 11 by 18, I think, project bag. So I'm going to put something in here. I haven't decided what. I also got Silver Creek samplers. Love Came Down. There's 3 ornaments. And I thought that would be a nice way to use up some of my scrap linen that I have. And I just got from Crafty some nice pieces of scrap linen. And I thought I'm just going to stitch a couple of ornaments that they're easy stitches, right? Words and, you know, something simple and small. Then I also picked up Not Forgotten Farms Thomas. I saw this on their video, had to get it. So Thomas will become, this one I probably will start next month, November start. It is 126 by 90. They did it on an 18 count tea coffee stained linen. It uses DMC, and there you go. Not Forgotten Farm. I guess they're not in all shops. So if you're interested in Thomas, check out GaRon Stitchery. And a couple of these I saw in their video. Can you tell? I actually toyed with adding onto my list, and I may in the future, as if enabled, 1,000 stitches. So if the project enables me to write it on my wish list, or if I go to their website and I purchase it, I was thinking about, you know, charging myself 1,000 stitches because I did that. I haven't added that to my Flosstuber challenge, but some of you extreme stitchers, that may be something you want to consider. I am doing a no buy next year, so I need to stitch a lot of the stuff that I have. I have so many patterns that are already kitted up, and some that are in the process of being kitted up that I really want to stitch. And the more I dig into my stash, the more I'm like, why am I buying more stuff? But I can't help myself because I just love it. Because look, no project goes alone. This one is Comfort and Joy, and it is by Quaint Rose Needle Arts. I just thought that was so cute. I would not do it on this fabric. I'm going to do it on a blue. I've already decided. I like winter scenes done on blue fabric. I don't know why. In the white, I think the colors pop more. So, I don't know. Maybe it'll go on a pink fabric. You know, I've never, that's out of my comfort zone. I've never stitched on pink, but I have seen people do Christmas on pink, and I'm like, dang, that's nice. And then the other one I got was Captain Patchy Pelican, and this is another one by Quaint Needle Arts, Quaint Roses Needle Art, and this is Captain Patchy Pelican, and I purchased this one mostly to do for my daughter Rachel, who is all about the seaside, so I thought she might like that. It is a mix of Weeks and DMC. They did this on a 36 count Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim with 1 strand of floss, and it is 184 wide by 178 tall. So again, I don't know that I would do it on that color. I gravitate towards the blues. So I'm thinking this one may be on a light blue fabric. We'll see. I'll do a floss toss and see. Sometimes my floss tosses surprise me. So those are the things that came back from GaRon Stitchery when my husband was down there. And I think I've been talking way more than I needed to be. And I know I have a lot of stitching to do. Oh, but I have one more thing to show you because I am going to work on this week. I am in a round robin. And a round robin is where a bunch of us are passing fabric and floss and pattern. This one, a group of us picked different flowers from Rosewood Manor. This is the 3rd year they've done it. This is my 2nd year participating. My project is still floating out there somewhere. And it is this one is Dreaming of Irises. This is the pattern that the person sent. And this is by Rosewood Manor. And I think mine is on tulips. And these are her flosses. So she sent all her flosses on floss drops. Look at the pretty colors. And this is her fabric. It is a Fortnite Fabrics, and this is Rachel's. It is, I Try is the name of the fabric, but Fortnite Fabrics is no longer in business, so you can't really get it anymore, I don't think. It's a 32 count even weave. She pre-gridded it. Love that she gridded it. That keeps everybody on the same page, right? And so what happens is whenever I got this, now my job is I need to pick a motif and stitch a motif, and you stitch off of somebody beside whoever's already there. But I wanted to show you what was already here. So this is how I got it. I need to do a motif, and then I will send it to the next person. So I think the next shipping is in the middle of November. So I have some time. This is not my project, but it will go to the next person on the list. Will get it, and I will do my stitching, which I'm probably going to do. If I had to look, I'm probably going to do this row right here. Is these 3 flowers. That's probably the motif that I will do, because that seems to be where we're at. You notice that there's not really any words because everybody's initials where they stitch. So you'll see their initials like here. You can see an initial. That Tana did that one. And then the person that gets it back, they can opt whether they want to put the name like Iris or if they want to do anything else with it. Oh, you know what I'm seeing? That's already done. I went the wrong way on the pattern. So as I'm looking, I'm like, oh, am I showing you the back? No. This is just backwards to me because this is already done. I need to go this way. So I'll probably do this one, actually, this little long one. Even better, a little bit easier is the motif I will do. And then I'll send it off to the next person. So there you go. Easy peasy, right? Okay. So if you have some friends or maybe you're in a stitching group, a small group, and you can do something like this with your group if you want. You get to mess with other people's fabric choices, their patterns, and the thread, you know, you're sending it, and when you get yours back, it'll be all stitched up. It's been fun, and I've seen different things. Got to play with different things along the way. So, you know, that's cool. I can't think of anything else to tell you. I think I've gone through a whole bunch of stuff. And I'll say till next time, hey, happy stitching, and I'll see you on my next video. Who knows? It could be next weekend. You never can tell. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody.